It's on my, there it is. I'm going to jump over here, go to YouTube, go to my channel, There it is. I'm going to switch to the, what is currently the opening deal. Move this over here. And join Zoom. Hey guys, I'm back for the third time tonight. Jeff, good to see you.
Notification on my phone. You must be doing something.
Yeah, I started it. It got 42 seconds, and then it's going to jump over to Zoom. I got to figure out what's going on here in a minute. I mean, I'm not going to do it tonight. Oh shoot, I forgot to take my meds, so I guess I got 29 seconds to accomplish that feat. Well, I need to take my meds.
Did you ever get that computer fixed last night? I glanced through the stream quickly, but I didn't see any solution.
I have no idea. I kind of looked through it looking for some specific chat and wasn't paying much attention. I don't think he did.
That seemed like he was just having one of his generalized conversation videos for a while.
Now there's Tony Wallow, and the red clock that I know for a fact has moved back. I think my OBS is possessed. Oh, I'm going to put that up there. I'm going to shrink it down.
You got to quit with this old BS and start with some new BS.
Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is. I got to go with
I need to look and see if I can find you on the computer. See the notice. Oh, there it is.
Let's see what happens if I come over here to Zoom.
Whoa! Scared the hell out of me with that clown face.
You like that, did you? Okay, I made Zoom full screen, and that should go. Oh, can't do that because it's windowed. So that's too big. That shows Greg, me, Robert, and Chris. So let's not do that. I gotta give it the 7 seconds to. Okay, so now let's figure out the window size.
Where are all of these places you got the times up for? Where's Mattoon?
Seaside is Tony Wallow. We're speaking of Seaside and Tony Wallow. Good evening, Tony Wallow. Good to see you. Las Vegas is obviously Jeff Ryman. Brainerd is Rick Lakes. Sheridan is Alex Cheek. Mattoon, believe it or not, is me. Because it cannot find, does not find, will not find Sheridan, Illinois, or Charleston, Illinois. It finds every other Charleston in every other state except for Illinois.
Yeah, you got to file a complaint about that, by golly.
I did. I said, don't you know who my wife is? And they wrote me back and they said, Mr. Stout, no, we don't know who your wife is. I'm like, well, you're the first people that's ever answered that way.
Oh, I got that. Offered to become friends with another Stout on Facebook, but it was a friend of one of my wife's high school classmates.
Name?
Remember what the first?
Do you remember the name?
Remember the first name. I could probably find it again. You know, it's one of those things where they scroll a whole bunch of names across on Facebook.
Sure. Well, it'd be ironic
if says this may be somebody you know.
Well, or related. That would be interesting. So,
if I find it again, I'll let you know.
All right. And then Great Mills is Greg. That's Maryland. And Newcastle is Darren. I eventually want to get everybody on there, but I've got to do some things. Now, no one has noticed the fact that at the bottom it says Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. And I still have the one at the top that says Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. Because I'm trying
to... that's for those of us that can't see the whole screen at once. We can...
Okay. That works for me. I mean, sure. Hey, Tim.
2 clocks, just in case one of us is looking at the bottom and one at the top of the screen.
Well, the 2 clocks is an experiment. If you look at the 2 clocks, now I'm going to jump into OBS and try to do this from OBS. But if you look at the 2 clocks,
they're not quite synchronized to the second.
Well, because one's based off of the web and one's based off of my computer. One is this.
Your computer ought to be connected to the time server on the web, though.
You would think. You would think. And yeah, they look to be about
a second off.
Yeah. Now there, I could go in and look. In fact, I don't think I can share that, but
Zoom looks good, but YouTube's kind of blurry.
Check your settings and then make sure it's coming out and refresh. I've been having that issue a lot lately. Yeah, my YouTube's blurry, so I'm going to go in, check my.
I switched mine to 1080 and it's better.
Yeah, well, mine shows 360, so I'm going to hit 1080 and then I'm going to refresh. And yeah, it's a little better. So, evening, Alex. Evening, Tim.
Evening, everybody.
Good evening, everybody.
Oh.
Good to see Alex again and Tim again. Well, and Jeff again too, but
hey, I got here.
You were pretty quick
than normal.
Yeah, you were pretty quick. You were actually here before I started the stream, I believe.
Yep,
so,
yep.
Did you send me a friend request earlier, Jeff?
Yes. Yeah, your name popped up on Facebook as somebody I might know.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
I got one from you as well.
It'll give you some place to yell at me about my politics if I ever say anything.
Well, last night was a joke. Don't get me started on politics. I try to stay out of it.
Yeah. I try to stay out of it on Facebook or I wouldn't have any friends left.
Yeah.
Or relatives.
So I'll go ahead and share.
I just learned something today when I was in business with Central Valley Sports Planes. That particular aircraft that we're selling over here, our manufacturer was out of Ukraine.
Wow.
So that really sucks. It's a cool light sport aircraft. If anything happens to it, nobody can get parts for it now. I'm just over all this crap going on. Anyway, I don't want to change the subject.
I will start a tally sheet on how many times I have to repeat the good news. Let's take a bet on the over and under. I say 3.
Well, I was going to say.
So I wrote down 3. I'll put a little tick mark in here for 1. After I laid down to take my nap this afternoon, probably within 10 or so minutes, and I honestly don't know the exact time because I dozed off pretty fast, Lorna brings the phone in, and I thought she was saying it was Simon. Simon I needed to talk to, and she was saying it's Jan. So I thought she said Simon. So I said, hello, Simon. And Jan says, no, this is Jan. So I felt bad about that. And she says, I got some good news. The appraisal for your house came through, and everything's good. Great news. And then we discussed the fact that everything's on track for the 10th. Cool. Said goodbye. Laid back down. Wasn't maybe 10 minutes later, although I didn't go to sleep, I get a text from my realtor in Indiana that says, appraisal's good, everything's good, we're just waiting on the inspection. Good. This is great news. So about, I can tell you the exact time. About 6:25 tonight, I get notification from the inspector that says, here's your inspection report, and it went well. So we are on track for 1 week from tomorrow, packing everything up, going down to, wait a minute, today, 1 week from tonight. Hang on, what day? Today's the 2nd, right?
Yep.
Okay. Man. We're looking forward to 1 week from tonight having everything packed out except maybe a bed in the morning on the 10th, going and signing there, driving to Indiana, putting the stuff in the garage, waking up on the 11th somewhere, and closing and starting to move in there. So that's the good news. That is the good news. Oh, that, and we bought $600 worth of Asian food today at the Asian store. Well, she's not 100% sure we'll be able to find a true Filipino store in Indiana, but I'm just like I said earlier, Indianapolis is too big of an area to not have a true Filipino store. Just is.
It's got to be easier to find something there than where you are now, you would think.
Oh gosh, yes. We have to drive 66. We had to go anyway. We're getting the oil change, so she had realized she forgot to get some things, which is fine. I wasn't expecting to spend that much money, but we've got certain Filipino foods that will last us for a year. And we actually bought one Filipino thing we haven't had in a super long time due to my diabetes, but we agreed if I don't eat a lot of it, I can have some. So we bought some of that, which I thought that was what dinner was going to be tonight, but it wasn't. It was something better, so it's all good.
Okay,
Hey,
now
Rick.
it's time for you to repeat it again.
No.
I was listening.
No.
I heard
One or two people, maybe, but no, nothing against Rick. No, no. Because then that over-under number is going to go up from 3 to about 6 or 7. So I'm trying to find where I can do this.
Wouldn't have wanted you to repeat it anyhow.
Yeah, it's good because I probably couldn't remember what I said.
I don't like people that repeat themselves. I want to tell you again now. I don't want to hear it again. Forget about it.
I did get 2 more notifications from McAfee today, and I'm going to hold on to them and let Doug look at them and see what he thinks. Alex has got some news to share, so go ahead, Alex. Alex has forgotten his news.
What news do you want me to share? The news from earlier today that
Anything that's good news.
Well, unless you want to wait for Gary, I mean, that's entirely up to you. And there's no indication of when
there's
Gary.
news that you got news that you don't know, but it's good news.
You're holding new. Hear that, Greg? He's keeping news from us.
I played around with did some more troubleshooting on that reason why I was having troubles connecting to our website.
Right.
Over cellular data, thinking it was just my phone, but it's actually not. I went here and got my mom's phone and turned her Wi-Fi off, so she was connected on 5G AT&T, and she also was not able to access the website over the her data connection. So I turned her Wi-Fi back on, of course. Give her the phone back. Come back in here. Play around with the settings on the website. Reconfigured a few things. Saved it. Rebooted it. That didn't fix it. Come to find out, what did fix it is my actual data, the actual settings that you have in your phone that tells your phone how to connect to the data network and all that.
Right.
Your APN settings. Those were actually what was making it not connect to our website. So I was able to go in there and change those settings, and it connects now using those settings that I changed it to. So it has to do with your data settings, because when you change your data settings, it switches your signal from one tower to another tower. And there's something on that tower that it's connecting to using those settings before that made it not want to. So it's an issue with AT&T doing something on their end, blocking the connection to our website.
AT&T
Basically is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I would never touch AT&T with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I'm glad we got away from them. I wish we would have gotten.
There's no way for me to test with the Verizon or with T-Mobile because I don't have a phone. Don't know of anybody at the moment with a phone that has But yeah, I noticed through my app that Jeff downloaded the other night. I was able to see when I switched the data settings on my phone that it swapped towers and it swapped cellular channels, and that made it connect.
There's Gary.
And I swapped it to the settings that made it work, and then I swapped it back just to make sure that was what the fix was. And sure enough, when I swapped it back,
Right.
it was connection unavailable or whatever it said again.
I'm not happy at all with this 5G network.
As in it's too slow, or
it's supposed to be super fast, and my phone just switched over to the 5G network 2 days ago. I'm not happy with it at all.
But do you think that has something to do with the fact that you live in the airport is in your backyard?
No, I'm at work. I'm in other places. I'm all over the place. But it switches back and forth from 4G to 5G, and I don't like this 5G thing. When it switches to that tower, the 5G tower, it's like, and I'm sitting there, I'm bored as hell doing something at an event or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'll just get on my phone for a little bit and, look at social media or check my emails or whatever. Nothing's loading as fast as it used to be. It used to be milliseconds. Now it's like a minute to load. Get out of here.
You should be able to go into your phone. You should be able to go into your phone, and there should be an option to use. It should say something like 2G, 3G, 4G, and /5G, or there should be an option that says 2G, 3G, 4G. That would basically turn off. That basically would turn off the 5G. So if you can select an option that says 2G/3G/4G.
I'll have to look into that. I got the new Samsung 21 Plus series.
I know my phone has an option. It doesn't specifically say 5G though. It just says.
I've never had problems before over the years when they always upgrade all this stuff. Now all of a sudden it's just crap. The biggest problem is all those pilots are raising Cain because it's screwing with instruments in the airliners. And now they're trying to say, no, it don't. So now they're letting it go through. So I think this past week it's supposed to start an update. And it's updated a lot of people's phones without them knowing about it, and they're getting pissed.
That's why I've always
But
said.
a lot of people don't know how to roll it backwards. Because you get an update in the middle of the night while you're asleep, you don't know nothing about it. So what are you saying, Rick?
That's why some people say updates are a bad thing.
Yeah, they are.
Can be a bad thing, not always, but most of them can be.
Me personally, I like to wait a week or two before I let anything go through my cell phone.
The plug-in on the visitor plug-in on my website that tells me who visited. Guess what? Just like I thought, it got an update today. So just like I was telling you the other day, I think there was a bug as far as it reporting the location of where people are looking at.
Is this on the phone?
No, talk about our website.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, definitely. I understand that 100%. That makes sense completely.
So, Ken, how's your basketball game going, or did it finish?
We lost.
Well, which game you watching?
I was watching Indiana Rutgers earlier tonight, and they lost.
I get to work so early. I like to listen to 96.3 WROV out of Lynchburg, Virginia. I helped get that radio station started many years ago on February the 14th, Valentine's Day, I believe. It's a cool show. It's funny sometimes, and they cover NASCAR and all kinds of stuff. It's funny, and they were talking about this morning. March Madness is back in Greensboro again.
Be starting up here in about, I don't know, 8 or 9 days. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is.
That's where that show from is. I believe it's out of Charlotte. I listen to it every morning.
They're going back to sites, and they're going to allow people in and everything else, but I don't understand how a team could be up 10 points and lose.
Yeah, they talked about that this morning. Like, what the heck? They lost?
It happens. So Sam Lazar Sings is in the chat room, and I asked him how his job was going. He says, so far so good. Quoting a movie from, oh shoot, what was that movie? Chris Pratt, Denzel Washington. It was a remake of, it's a Western. They go in and save the town. It's either seven or 8 men something.
Magnificent Seven.
Thank you. Yeah. Good movie.
Yeah.
Both versions of that are good movies.
Yul Brynner and Steve McQueen made the first one.
Mm-hmm.
1960, I think.
Yeah.
Did anybody see Doug Bett's video today?
I did.
Yeah, I did too.
About 4 minutes.
Never finished it.
I was watching part of it. Actually, yesterday's video. I ain't got today's video yet. I kind of figured it was going to be a mess because he restored his image to a custom build. I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, Kerry was even saying he wished he would have just reinstalled instead of doing the bullshit that he was doing.
But like Kerry does, just slow it down for him.
Well, yeah. Some people have their own ways of doing stuff.
He called the parts out and some with somebody else. When they do that to engineering a car, that's called stealing. When Kerry does it, it's
That's
called
what
pants.
Kerry's been doing, is passing his problems off to somebody else, a.k.a. Doug Betts. I should have never done what he did. I would go from the beginning. He said, no, here, have it.
Hey, Alex.
Well, although Kerry had a working image on there, to be fair about it, and Doug did back that up, but before he started messing with his own stuff.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He got his working, and today the thing was about doing putting on 10 Pro. Yeah. Put on a temporary, and then put on a real one. Which the real one is not. The real one is usually 7 Pro for them.
But you have a question?
I thought.
Yes, sir. How fast can you do a 5G? I mean, about 200.
After midnight, during the day I don't get, but maybe sometimes I'll run it. It'll show like three down and like half a meg up. But
I'm getting 20.
sometimes it'll show 20 megs down and like say 5 megs up. But after midnight, I can almost guarantee you it'll be up to over 100.
Yeah, I get about 200, but then
every night after midnight.
I'm with 30 miles from the airport, 25, 30 miles. And if I go down to the airport because we have a plant in that area, I get about 5, even at night.
Yeah.
So they're just going down for the airport, I believe. Don't know that to be a fact, but
my testing lately has been around my area, around my house. Has been at night, around 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, or later. It will skyrocket up to nearly 100. But during the daytime, I barely get anything.
How many people watch Jim's upload this afternoon?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I was kind of glad it didn't go in the direction I was thinking earlier on that it might be going in. Kind of glad to see he is taking the steps necessary to help things out. I put a comment in there about walking, no pun intended. He liked it, so I think Alex wanted to run something by Gary, unless he's changed his mind. If that's okay with everybody.
I'm here.
Well, I was just gonna say that I think I fixed the data settings on my phone. I was messing with the data settings on my phone, trying to figure out why I couldn't connect to the website on mobile, to our website on the mobile data, but I could connect to every other website. And it turns out that when I change the data settings on my phone to something else, it makes my phone connect to another tower, which let our website go through. And to double check that, I connected back to the settings I had it set to before, and it didn't go through. And then when I switched back to the new settings, it did go through. So it just depends on where you're located at, what tower you're connected to, I guess, and how friendly AT&T wants to be, or whoever your provider is.
Exactly, or how fast, how fast it's getting off tonight because somebody else says.
So I just posted a link for Sam Lazar for Jim. He said he hadn't seen it, and he also asked a question: what do you all think about Chrome OS Flex?
Never heard of it.
Same here.
I just haven't experienced with it yet. Or one of these days I should. But
So I posted.
Hey, Ken, can you put up Jim's site or channel?
Yeah, I posted it over in the YouTube stream. I'll post it on chat in here real quick. Well,
I saw it come through earlier today, or
0 for 2.
but I haven't had time to see it.
Where the hell's chat at? I don't see chat. There we go.
What
I
happened?
just finished up the video with Doug getting rid of all the vice manager stuff. And then he posted a new video going from home to prayer. I'm like,
yeah, that's his latest one.
Yeah.
Was there anything unusual about that? I mean, you can buy an upgrade, but
yeah.
Well, the problem was he put it.
And use a generic key and then put it.
Well, I didn't see it yet, so don't spoil it
Don't.
for me.
Yeah, don't
But
ruin
the
it for me.
problem was he wasn't using all the RAM. He had to have Windows Pro.
Right.
To use all the RAM.
Right.
Anyway.
Yep.
Which Terry wouldn't run into that limitation anyway because he always puts Windows 10 Pro, so he wouldn't ever discover that limitation.
well, although I listened to Kerry's thing last night, he was going on and on about how most people couldn't tell the difference between Home and Pro and didn't need Pro.
Those problems.
True.
That's what
Sounds like Gary's watching Jim.
Yeah. What's he saying? Sorry, I've listened to all 4 minutes of it.
He's just giving a synopsis of where he wants the channel to go and why he hasn't been doing anything, and his little health scare that he had, and that he's out walking to lower his cholesterol and his blood pressure, which kudos to him for doing that. That's wonderful. So, Alex, I thought you wanted to, or maybe I misunderstood, that you wanted to show Gary what you showed us today about your job acceptance that turned out to be not a job acceptance.
Oh, yeah, I'll show y'all that.
Sure.
I had a interesting experience today with the job that I had applied to through Indeed a day or two ago. I had got one of those automated emails from Indeed after applying, like they always normally send you a automated email, and it said something along the lines of, please email Mr. David at so-and-so@gmail.com address, and it said with your resume attached. And so I did that, and then I get this right here, super long email all screen shared. If you want to read it, it's the email I got from
So
Give me one to scroll down.
go ahead whenever you want, but what's the question or comment?
Well, at first I thought this was legit.
It
But
is.
it's actually, it wasn't. I read it to my mom, and
It's 80% legit. What it is, it's Capital Mortgage, which is a real company, and they only do phone sales. And if you do good, you make $1,000 a week. But it's not a real position you want. It's phone sales.
okay, but I called but the thing is, Gary, after reading this to my mom and her telling me to ask my dad about it, I called their main office up there in your neck of the woods, and they said that honey, this is the second time. And the woman that answered said, honey, you're the second person that's called about this. There's no David here in the office, and we're not hiring.
Well, I know there's one called Rocket Mortgage, which is fairly famous. It used to be Quicken Loans.
Yeah.
They're hiring for this. And there's another one called Wholesale Mortgage on M59, and they're nationwide, and they're hiring for this. That's why I wouldn't doubt that this is real, because they're phone sales. If you sell a million mortgages tomorrow, you'll be a millionaire. If you sell none, you won't make any money.
But how do you explain the fact that I called them and she said that they're not hiring?
Then they probably aren't. But I haven't taken this letter, but I know people at Quicken Mortgage and or Rocket Mortgage. I know Gilbert's son, who's running the thing, basically. Somebody else is running it. He's there every day. And they're hiring people every day. Just phone sales. They want you to refinance your home.
And I did with them last year.
Did you call them, or did they call you, or did you get it through the internet?
I think I looked up on the internet, and then I actually called them.
And then they called you back.
Right, and I got it. I lowered the interest rate a little bit. Took 5 years off my mortgage.
Oh, I like Rocket. Don't get me wrong.
So my payment went up slightly, but not very much. And I took 5 years off the term, so now I'll only be 93 when it's paid off.
Because Ken, you thought you say that you saw two or three. You say that you saw 2 or 3 red flags in there.
Well, I believe it's fake or not, but Rocket Mortgage, which Jeff said he used, has the same ad, and you can find it. It's basically phone sales. But then again, I wouldn't trust anybody that actually sent me one. And if Capital Mortgage didn't send me one before, I wouldn't trust it. But
And then I get another one of those. Then this was sent at 1 o'clock, and then at 1 o'clock today, and then I get another one of those automated emails from Indeed telling me the same thing at about 6:30 before I go to church tonight.
is it even really Indeed?
That's a
It
question too
appears to
that
be.
came
It
to
looks like
mind.
it looks like it's got their footer and their header and stuff like it normally does. Their
Look-
address and all that at the bottom.
I don't know what you're using, but see if you can find their source for the whole page. It's coming from someplace else.
And while he's doing that, I'll give a shout out to BH Ringer who joins us in the Zoom chat. Good to see you, my friend.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Still winter.
Yeah. Well, we were 70 degrees today. Oops. Sorry.
Can I put you in timeout?
Every year.
We were 61.
It was 50 when I got up this morning at 3:30. But all of us, beside the point, all of us need to be very careful right now. There are a lot of cyber attacks going on due to this crap going on over there. I'm not going to say no names, but we need to be really extra careful right now.
Cyber attacks have been going on for the last 15 years.
Yes, they have, but they're going to amp up. They're going to
They're
amp
not
up.
going to amp up any more than normal. Unless you're in Belarus, then you're screwed. But they're not going to piss us off to do that. Because we have something more than they have. We have more programmers. We can bury them in a day if we want to.
Yeah, we do. I agree with you on that.
I'm back out of timeout. I self-imposed myself. I wasn't told how long, so. So, BH, have you heard from our mutual friend?
Not today.
Okay.
I think you took a day off seriously. If you're talking about the watch.
That's the email I got today at 6:24. It appears to be indeed. It says right here, I hit the little drop down arrow, that it's indeed mail.com.
Indeed email is actually where the other ones come from? I didn't know that. I learned something.
Well, that's a different guy from Capital Lending. I believe your first one was not Mikey
So
or
this right
Mickey.
here, is that same, this Gmail address is the same Gmail address I got that email from.
Right, yeah, that is
before
the
them.
same. I see that.
Did you
No.
send him an email?
I would take that as a crock of shit until I made phone calls.
And I did, and they said it was,
I said,
Yes.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Damn, you got 1,907 emails in your inbox?
yeah, but that's over the
House.
course of like,
He's in competition with Doug.
no, and that's Doug clears out his email box. My email box, I haven't cleared it out in goodness, probably at least 2 years or longer. I mean,
Good
that's,
kids. 2 years.
Man.
so that's over the course of 2 years or longer. So I don't get nearly as many emails as
Cyber Windows Weekly, Paul Thurrott.
Well, not mentioning anyone's name, but Matthew Camp and I are trying to send email, but his email's completely full. Oh, wait, I said I wouldn't mention his name. Sorry, Matthew. He's good-spirited. He'll get it. Oh, nice background, BH. I like that.
I got 3 pages of emails, and that's it.
I have no emails.
You stay on top of it, don't you, Rick?
Huh?
Clean them out all the time.
Yep.
I got 89 in my primary. I've got 1 in my social, which says I'm live on YouTube. I've got 7 in my promotional, which is kind of a mix between true promotional and things to do with this house. And in my updates, I have 101, and that's all to deal with the house. Once we're moved and settled, it'll be white clean.
I got 4 email accounts.
Oh my gosh.
I have 3, but nothing sits in my inbox.
My inbox, I keep it clean, but there is a junk inbox with my personal and business. The 2 that I really look at the most is my personal personal email, and then I have a separate one, which is my business, and Ken knows that one. That's my photography work. And then the others, I ignore them. There's probably 3,000 junk mails, and the other ones I never check. Don't care.
Now, I have 3 that I look
But
at.
I have noticed with my business account, I might get junk mail maybe once every 3 months, but my personal account, oh, I wish I could change it, because, you know, a lot of friends send me emails through that one too, but it's a nightmare. There's like hundreds of junk mail and scams that come through that damn guy every day.
That's part of the reason why I try to set up our own email server. When I got this website set up, I tried to set up our own email server, but I quickly discovered that that's too much trouble. You couldn't get it to work.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
So 62% say I should not keep both the date on the top and the bottom. Which one should I remove, the top one or the bottom one?
Yes.
Yes, I agree. Well, here, let's go remove the top one for a bit and see what that looks like.
Now, I got an old Yahoo email account. And ever since I quit paying for it, went back to their free account, they quit filtering the junk mail.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good for that.
I have tried to get most of my stuff out of there. I only have 1 or 2 things that still legitimately send email to that one, so I just mostly ignore it at this point.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've never paid for their service. We had free service, but it was the first email address that I ever had was a Yahoo address, and so that thing's got stuff that I subscribed to in it way back when I was 9, 10 years old, and it's just filled with 6,000 emails last time I looked at it.
I used their paid service for a while a few years ago when it was like $10 or $20 a year.
I never used their paid service, but I had one back in 2004. I eventually just ignored it. They just got too crazy. It's like, screw this. I'll start a new one. But it was somewhere else. It wasn't AOL, thank God.
I have friends that I know 3 people that still use AOL.
Wow. A lot of people do.
Now, the Outlook account I set up for business stuff or for the website stuff, it doesn't get any messages at all, no spam or anything. Only thing it gets is emails when the hosting company emails me and emails an invoice every month to tell me that they put $25 charge on my dad's card for the website.
Of course, I've got a Gmail account. That's because of the stupid smartphones and all this other crap, but I don't check that neither. Don't care to.
And my mom's got a Yahoo account and a Gmail account and an Outlook account I set up for her computer. But still, the only one that she uses is her ISP account that she's been using for 20 years plus, literally.
I guess I got 4 if you count the ISP account, which I've never actually used. Got a Gmail account that I don't think anybody ever sends me anything on, and I don't publicize it. Main one is Outlook.com.
That's probably because of your smartphone or whatever. The only ones I really check is my Hotmail account and my own domain that I've created.
You can set up a Google account without using at gmail.com address. You can use any email address to set up a Google account.
Oh, I use it. My main Google account has my Outlook.com email address.
So you don't need to have a Gmail account in order to be able to sign into the Google Play Store or whatever it can be.
Right, I have another Google account. It's an artifact of having YouTube and Google were separate at one time.
Yeah, you can do that. It's pretty easy to use. It's simple.
My college recently switched their authentication method to for logging in to the computer and logging into the computers on campus, logging into the domain, and logging into email and logging into the online course system. They recently changed all that. So now all the students have one email and one username and password to log into everything. And when they did that, they changed their authentication methods. So now even though the email system is still Gmail, all the authentication goes through Office 365 or Microsoft 365 or whatever you call it. So when you try to log in, it
Microsoft Office 365. That's a nice feature.
When you try to log into your email, it redirects you to the Microsoft page to just put in your email and your password, but then it redirects you back to Google once you're actually logged in, because they still use Gmail as the actual.
Oh, really?
System. Yes.
Here's a special guest coming in. Good to see this special guest, though.
Uh-oh.
Up to 12 participants.
I see that. We may get a record yet tonight.
Wow.
All it did for me was because I had previously set up an Outlook with my school email. It had changed my password from what I had it set to previously when it was on Google to that Microsoft account password that I set up for my school account, but it didn't change anything else.
Hey, Jim.
Welcome. Saw you out taking your constitutional today.
My very first constitutional, I'll have you know.
Nice.
Good to see you.
I haven't seen the video yet.
No, it's nothing really. It's just an update on what's been going on, why there hasn't been any content from my channels, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No big deal.
That's no big deal.
Now, when the record nights, Ken,
I'm
we
hoping
got
so.
12 people in here. 7 of those people have their video on.
Hey, yeah, I would have never counted that. You're right.
Really?
There we go.
Sorry, I was feeding my face. Now I'm picking my teeth.
Yeah, I do the same thing when I'm eating or taking my meds, except tonight I just woke them down in record time. So, anyway, yeah, we can set a record a couple different ways tonight. We're currently at 12, and we might get, if we get 3 more, that will tie the record. If we get 4 more, that will be a record. And we woke Robert up. Oh, turn your camera on. Let's set a record with only 3 people being on-camera. Yeah, we got the 2 that sleeps. Notice he just woke up.
At least in my screen, Ken, you're smack dab in the middle, like the Brady Bunch.
Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, actually. Let me write that down as strike 1 for the waiting room. I will be right back. I got to go find Alice.
Wait a minute. Is Alice serving food right now?
I gotta shut up. My neighbor's
I'm still hungry.
Well, it's not 10 o'clock yet, but close to it.
It's almost 8 o'clock here.
Were they counting on your wall or something, Rick?
Well, at 10:01, we're officially kicking the quiet hour, so.
Oh, that's out here too.
This building legally has to go down to a whisper. Or the police will show up and they'll start knocking on doors.
That's like that out here in Fresno, California.
If they
Shut
would
down
build
after 10.
apartments, they would build the apartments with decent insulation, you wouldn't have to worry so much about that kind of crap.
Well, that's anywhere in Brainerd, any apartment building. Legally in Crown County, after 10 o'clock it is quiet hours, and you have to knock it down to a whisper.
You're saying a building is that multiple floors?
12 floors.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Live in a high rise. But that's all over Crown County. Any apartment building, after 10 o'clock, you've got to knock it down to a whisper, or you will get a citation. So
That sucks. That's like trying to go to a hotel in the middle of Harrisburg. I'm trying to get pictures, and everybody above me and below me is raising hell because they're partying.
Yeah, they're pretty strict on that here.
They are here also. I'm glad they are.
All the problems they've had in the past, the 80s and 90s, and then I think 2000 or 2001, the city changed the statute on it.
Actually, out here in this county, they really don't care what time of day it is. If somebody's disturbing you, the police will shut your butt down. And I've only seen that maybe happen once or twice.
Well, it will happen here too if you're loud enough during at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If you're loud enough, yeah, the police will show up and they just look at you and just turn it down a little bit. 3 floors can hear you. That's too loud.
They tried that to us last year in the summer because the lady across the lake complained. And
Where's that at?
Across the lake.
Where's that at?
What do you mean?
What part of the country was that at?
Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
She couldn't. We weren't doing anything. We just had barbecue.
Are you kidding me? She must have been a mile away.
About 800 yards. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. She was just bored. She just wanted to call somebody.
There's people that get in trouble here for grilling.
My neighbor
Especially
lived
if
in
the
house
smoke
likes
goes
baby.
over.
For grilling?
If the smoke goes into someone else's yard, you'll get a citation for doing that.
What?
Wait a minute. I gotta write myself a note. Never move to Brainerd. Got it.
I had to call the dispatch one time because our neighbors were outside with super bright lights moving stuff right next door to us. And then super bright lights were shining right in my window at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I had to call them. They sent somebody out, or was supposed to, and then after that, the lights went off. So I
In
said,
Georgia? Was that the night the lights went on?
Hey, Greg, I gave up your habit. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, someday maybe.
Well, and the cigarettes here, because our taxes and everything is so high, the cigarettes I was getting went over $10 a pack, and I said, you know what, screw this.
$10 a pack?
Yep.
Wow.
They are very close to it after taxes. It's about $10.03 for a pack of cigarettes. Like,
California's $8 a pack right now.
So, Greg, what are
But
the
they added a crap load of taxes to it to help rebuild the roads out here. It's not helping.
Well, they're rebuilding everything here. Oh, wait, they haven't started yet.
Oops. 20 years
Greg,
from
how
now,
much
maybe.
do they cost at the base exchange?
Last time I was there, it was 7 and change.
That's about what it is here in the more Naval station. It's about $7 or $6 a pack out here at the. But you gotta be an officer to get in there now and buy the exchange.
Yeah, times have changed. When I was eons ago, when I was in the Army, you could buy a carton for $5.
Oh, carton out here now. If you don't go to the War Naval Air Station exchange, if you just go to the rudder store, you look at $80 at least.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's just crazy. $100?
Yeah, close to it.
Wow.
They're not cheap here on anything.
$20 a pack here.
Huh?
$20 a pack here.
Are you
$20
kidding
a
me?
pack?
Yeah, 75% was taxed.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
farmers aren't getting that.
Shit.
You're in Maine?
No, Nova Scotia.
I mean,
Nova Scotia. Oh, wow. You're in a different country. Holy crap. $20 a pack?
Unless you go to the reserve.
You're smoking
Oh,
again.
God. You don't see it smoke rising through your screen? That's nuts.
If you can afford tobacco, you're rich. Next thing you'll tell us you ate steak last night.
That's not tobacco.
Oh, he's got Yeah, I've been saying this for years. Marijuana's cheaper than water. Well, in California it is. Wow, $20 a pack. Oh,
What's the exchange rate from Canada to U.S. dollars?
We don't hire people who have their drug tests for marijuana come back. THC.
oh my God.
Because that's a federal crime, and we do federal business.
That's crazy.
gas was $4.07 today in Champaign, Illinois, at a Walmart of all places. I was really shocked.
$3.57 here in Maryland.
Vegas is up to about $4.20 a gallon at the moment. A lot of places.
We're at, what was that? What was that gas this morning? 489, I think.
You don't know what the difference is exactly. Almost all the gas here comes in from California in a pipeline.
Well, right now, aren't they going?
How much is it?
What I don't understand now, that's really stupid. If you live in Antioch or San Francisco area, the gas up there is $3 higher, but the farther the way you go from it is cheaper. I don't get that.
Politician, man.
Yep. Exactly. And we got this train going to nowhere. This high-speed train.
What do you got? Old some, new some, bothersome, something.
Oh, fuck me.
There's Robert showing his.
Oh, that whole speech last night was a joke. But anyway, yeah, we got Nancy Pelosi's nephew running the state, unfortunately.
Well, I'm glad one thing that they got rid of all those Nazis in Canada. You should sleep at night now thinking
Uh,
Wow.
So, Jeff, do you think right now your gas prices are high because they're selling you we're switching over from the winter blend to the summer blend?
I have no idea.
First of all, it's too early.
We were dropping down quite a bit, and then it's gone back up some. This is the highest I've seen them here, but not by. I would say maybe 15 to 20 cents a gallon. It's higher than it has been. Costco and Sam's Club are still under $4 a gallon.
Jeff, you'll probably agree with me. In the Carolinas, they go from that winter blend and summer blend. They do the same thing out here too now. Since you're in Vegas, you're not too far from me.
No, I was just looking in Aiken, South Carolina, where I used to live. It's $3.45 a gallon there right now, the best price.
Yep, it sure is.
South Carolina had good gas prices. That's one thing I miss about the Carolinas.
Yeah, they do switch from the winter to summer blend, but people out there don't notice it. But over here we do, because of all this smog crap.
Yeah, what's weird is that
Here it runs like shit.
all of our gas comes out of a pipeline from someplace in California. And it doesn't matter what brand of gas you're buying, it all comes from the same pipeline.
Yeah.
Now they do put additives in the tankers before they fill them up, so each brand can tweak things a little bit, but
Still the same gas.
yeah,
Yep.
same basic gas though.
Yeah, some little dude walks around with an eyedropper and goes, "This is for 7-Eleven, 1 drop. This is for Costco, 2 drops. This is for Walmart." Yeah.
You know
What's really funny is someplace on my computer I have a photograph of a gas price that I took in Death Valley around 2004 and saved it because it was so outrageous. It was like $2.88 a gallon.
Oh my, not 288. Oh,
Avgas is going for about $8 a gallon. Now,
I'm not sure what it
okay.
is here. We eat
So
brunch
if
every
I
Sunday
want,
at the North Las Vegas airport. There's a little cafe there we like, and you
So-
can look out the window and see the avgas place where all the small planes fill up.
yeah.
I have to check
So-
this when I'm there.
yeah, it's kind of big. So if I want to fly from Fresno to Hollister,
Ooh, up to 13.
I see that.
so I'm looking at
Stealth
I'm
mode.
looking at $240 to fill up both tanks, and I got 20-gallon tanks in each. Well, let's say 16-gallon tanks in both wings. Are you kidding me?
Welcome in stealth mode.
Just to go on an hour flight, and they'll be half empty when I get back, but still, $8 a gallon.
Yep.
I have both on here for my dad. It has 2 1,400-gallon diesel tanks at $4 a gallon. Want to pay for that?
Wow.
In Florida.
Oh, Florida.
So let's welcome in stealth mode to the Zoom panel.
Hey, Stealth.
Hey, Stu. Never met you before.
New to
Good to
the.
see you all. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yep.
Yep.
You
See
sound
you in
great.
chat.
Oh, thanks, guys. Oh, awesome. Great to meet everyone. Hear your voices and stuff.
Hey, Stealth.
Hey, Rick Lakes, what's up, man? I see everyone here.
I'm gonna go out on a
There's,
limb
Jim
here
right
and
there.
say
Rick Lakes.
that you're the stealth mode from Carrie's channel.
Yes, sir. That's me.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I think it was at Doug's last week.
Oh, really?
I remember.
I'm the one and only stealth mode. Here on Google, Microsoft, all platforms, I'm officially stealth mode. I'm the
Okay.
only one allowed to use it. So,
You're the only one. That's even better.
yes, sir. That's my account name. So,
Nice. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. You will find we don't have a
absolutely.
specific topic, but we cover a lot of things. Usually
So,
tech.
appreciate it. Appreciate the invite. Nice to meet all you guys. I can't really see all your names. I see Greg Guy, Ken, that's you. I see Jeff,
Yep.
Alex, Cheek. Is that your name?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Rick Lakes, BH Ringer. There's Jim right there. Yeah. Tim Sewell. Yeah. I recognize some of you guys from Carrie's Room as
Oh,
well.
your host hadn't been doing his proper job. Let me fix that real quick. There we go.
Yeah.
Now Alex has got the proper name.
Oh. You fixed it so we can't change our names again, Ken.
No, you should be able to.
I can't.
It's great to see you.
Really? I
Yep,
swore
still
I
can't-
fixed
can't-
that.
How dare
really
you?
cool. We've got a new guest on here.
I'll look into it, Jeff. I honestly
All right.
thought I had fixed it, but
Well, you did one time. Maybe something slipped back.
could
Maybe it
be.
didn't take permanently.
We had an issue on Sunday where Zoom decided it was going to do whatever Zoom wanted to do, and Robert and Darren and I worked on it for about 2.5 hours to get it fixed.
Stuff kind of froze on me over here.
He's good, I think. Nope,
Yeah,
maybe
they
not.
were
Nope,
running
yep,
bandwidth.
nope, yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, he's kind of stuttering a little bit.
Maybe we should shut up and let him talk. I don't know.
So what's your record for participants, Ken? We got 13 at the moment.
I believe it's 15. Alex will know for sure.
I don't
This
remember.
is the record for the amount of people with their video on.
I knew that was
But yeah,
coming.
I think you're right.
Oh, man.
8, 9, 10,
Yeah, we got 11 or no 10 with cameras on, which that's great. Except for Robert, who's in there playing with in his closet. That's proper wire management right there. That's good.
He's trying to make room for those 2 monitors.
Yeah, yeah. He's about to inherit about 24 more, I believe. So we were discussing it earlier today. So I will go ahead and bring the people that have joined that didn't hear. This will be the old runner was 3. I won't do it anymore. Good news is today in a very short, both appraisals come in, inspection come in. Everything is on track for next Thursday and Friday.
I told you, as long as it's appraisal made, don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, I'll believe it when we're in Indianapolis on the night of the 10th the night of the 11th, and we're in the garage and going, let's just set the bed up tonight and we'll start fresh in the morning. Of course, the wife's going to say, no, we got to. So, anyway. Let's take an over and under on that, shall we? Yeah, I figured Sam says he would join, but he's at work. I figured he was at work. So, no worries, Sam. One of these days on the weekend, we'll be up and running, not have competition with Doug or Carrie or Bonnie or Jeff or anybody for that matter. So
I still haven't watched any Bonnie stuff yet live. I ain't watched anything pre-recorded, to be honest.
I keep jumping over every now and then just to see if maybe our mutual friend shows back up. So far, he has not. Hopefully, he's getting some much-needed rest.
Yes.
Yeah, he's kind of he is kind of frozen now. So, Stealth, can you wave your hand? Let's make sure you're still broadcasting.
I'm still here. Hold on.
I heard him say something.
Oh, he's connecting again now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's connecting to audio.
He's moving a little bit now. Let's see.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, he's having issues with the audio, though, which let me try something here. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to throw you over in the waiting room. I'm going to bring you right back out of the waiting room. And usually that resolves the audio issue. And just as sure as I say that, it won't.
Oops.
And
he's probably got some issues. Who knows? We're waiting.
he might be reconnecting. Usually that works, though. Oh, he's plugging in his laptop. I've noticed when people just sit there with connecting the audio, if I throw them over there and immediately bring them right back, it does it like it's supposed to. Oh, wow, my phone turned on the... Hey, Robert, you're about to get a novel of whatever I'm saying, so have fun. You think I'm kidding? This phone automatically turns the microphone on to take whatever you're saying and turn it into text. I hate it. Like the phone, but I hate that. So I'm going to guess he's coming back. So, Rick. Yeah, go ahead, whoever. I think that was Tim.
Oh, he's having technical difficulties, maybe. I don't know.
These things happen.
They do.
Fortunately, they happen way too often to me. Go find where I'm at over here. Uh-oh. So Alex and I are tentatively there he left. Now he'll be able to come back now. Alex and I are tentatively going to get together tomorrow and do a live stream because I have 2 instances of OBS running on my machine right now at the same time, and there have been no issues. And we're going to see if we can figure out if this might be the solution to using one machine for me to show what I do on OBS without having the mirroring infinity effect. Somebody left. I didn't catch who it was.
Stealth, I think.
No, he's back.
Oh, there he is.
Darren.
Oh, much better.
Oh, Darren.
Hang on there.
Darren
Hey, what's up,
woke
guys?
up. He's got to work, so.
We lost somebody.
All right.
Darren.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't see the doggy.
Well, let's see you guys.
When it's 3:53 in the morning over there, I can just glance at that little clock that's at the bottom, and it says Newcastle 3:53. So we probably woke him up, and he went, "Oh bloody hell!" and went back to bed. So, I saw where Rick's going to start streaming. I'll be there. Just let me know when. Help you in any way I can. Not saying much.
What you gonna scream about?
Go ahead, Rick.
Your show.
No, when Rick said he is thinking about starting to stream. So-
You
Yeah,
still had
I'm
Rick and I
thinking
said
about it. I just don't know about what yet or anything, so that's still on the shelf till I think of something.
Hey, Rick,
Yes.
I'll let you in on a little secret. I don't know what about either, but I do this every night.
Yeah,
You're
well,
getting a good audience, and we got a new guest here.
I enjoy doing it. One of these days.
Yeah, I like getting on cam too. Yeah.
Oh, that bothered me in the beginning, but what the heck? I don't care anymore. I like getting together with everybody nightly and catching up on what's going on and just having some discussions that sometimes may or may not get heated. Some people do get a little upset. Hey, Alex, you only got about 4 more days, and she'll be back. By the way,
I was just going to say something about that.
that's kind of an.
Sometimes,
Go ahead, Tim.
sometimes all of us get together and fix stuff.
Yeah, which is good, especially when we
Every
do it.
once in a while.
Yeah, on Doug's channel, it's real good, and when it's at my benefit, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Not
Yeah,
Mitch.
every once in a while we do fix stuff.
We do. You're right. We do.
you do.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't. No, I don't.
Try.
I know this is going to be a big shock to some people, but I did download a Cronus, and I did actually do a backup, and I had to do it again.
Are you kidding me?
I just grab a
Good
hold of
job,
something,
good job.
Tim. The world's going to stop spinning. Yes, I did.
You got a paid version?
No.
I could have mailed you a CD of that crap.
Although Greg has sent me a link that I'm contemplating getting as soon as I kind of read through and see what the differences are. For right now, this is fine. And it really was, and again, don't take my head off, because I needed to back up OBS because, as we all know, when I copied and pasted over to that drive and then deleted it, I wasn't able to restore it.
But he was using the version that came with this hard drive, came with this SSD, Tim.
No, I went and got another one. I'm not using the one that came with it. Well, yeah, I guess in a roundabout way I am. Yeah, that's true.
You went to their website.
I will be honest. I used a Cronus way back in the day, and I switched over to Macro Reflect. But the new Cronus, I don't like it because now they want to sell you this stupid antivirus crap that you don't need.
Just click on a mouse and put a check mark in the box to turn it off.
Yeah, true. But back in my day, I had something on a bootable. I had something on a mobile CD or a flash drive. That's how I used to use it.
Yeah, but you can still make that. I got it on a third computer, and I make the sticks for myself.
Oh yeah, it's still out there, but I'm liking Macro Reflect a lot, and I've used it a lot over the last 5 or 6 years now. Before that, I was using a Cronus a lot.
I've got the 2021 version of Acronis. Now, I have not installed it. What I used to back up with was the Linux image that they provide that you can just download and put on a flash drive.
Oh wow, yeah, that was good.
I found that one is a lot slower than the old program I was using, which was Paragon Hard Disk Manager. It was nearly twice as slow as backup.
Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, that's an old one. Many years ago.
Well, I just bought the new one. I have not installed it yet, but I got version 15 or something, which I bought about 4 or 5 years ago. Still works fine. But I just updated it. They gave me another good deal for a 3 PC version.
So I'm going to ask Stealth Mode, are you from Florida?
Yep. Yes,
Okay.
sir, man. Just a little town outside of St. Augustine.
Oh, I've been there.
I thought maybe you
Cool
were.
In the
place.
United States.
So Tony's he's giving me a hard time in chat. You're right. A Philippine moment would be better than a senior moment, but
How far is that from Orlando or Kissimmee?
About 2.5 hours. As far as the crow flies.
You guys got the Fountain of Youth, don't you?
Yes. Yep, we sure do.
Okay.
Look at me. I'm like 150 years old, so yeah. No, I'm 51, guys. I'm 51.
Oh, you're young.
Oh, you're a year older than me, so you're a Floridian, if you know what I mean.
God's way through.
Oh, wow. I'm trying all kinds of old crap I'm looking for. Seagate.
oh wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm out in my shop. That way I can have a couple of beverages and a little smoke without bothering the wife and kids and all inside. So it's a little messy shop in here. So
it's almost midnight your time.
I will have to add that to the bottom time tomorrow, as well as Australia. And there was another one I had a request for, but I don't know how many I can add. I need to keep them in a single line, but I think the program defaults to a double line. But I like this one. I can change the background. I think the white's going to go away. That's kind of bothering me. I might try to go to, well, I can't do transparent, though, because then it'll be black on black and you can see it.
Is there any way you could combine the ones that are in the same time zone, like you could say Seaside and Las Vegas in one box?
I don't think so. Well, I honestly don't know. I can go look at this thing.
Oh, wow. I found my first.
How you're doing it.
Well, here, I will add.
You can combine the ones that are on the same time zone, like Tim and Jeff are on the same time zone. Me, you, and Rick are on the same time zone. Steph Mode and Jim are on the same time zone.
And Gary and
Eastern Standard? Yeah.
You're right.
How would you do that, Alex? Do you know?
No, not from my head. I'm just saying it's an idea.
That's a good idea.
Well, yeah.
I just found my original Cronus CD. It's a bootable CD from 2007.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's back there. Yeah.
And
you just put Eastern Standard and Pacific.
Yeah, it's based off of the city and the state, though, and I just tried to look up St. Augustine, and oddly enough, it's like Charleston. It didn't come up either.
Yeah, 32080.
I don't think it'll let me do 32808. Wow. What's that number again?
32080, yeah. 32080, I believe. Well, I forget myself. Hang on.
Daran Baha Pahan Lorstan Iran. I don't think we want that one. But that's cool. You can put a number in there. Let me try 45.
St. Augustine Beach, Florida, 32080, 51 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yep.
I'm wondering why you're wearing a coat.
It's chilly. It's like 48 degrees. And I'm outside. I got the doors open. I got the doors open. I'm outside.
Let me see if I can find this.
Wow. Boot DVD Windows 7 Ultimate 32-bit. I can't believe I still got this crap.
I can't either.
Wow. This is unreal.
I still got a Windows 7 Home Premium upgrade disc and an Office 22.
Oh, you know, when you work on computers, you gotta have this crap. So
Yeah.
You don't have to have crap that old.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna say, you
yeah,
don't
it could be shredded now. Here's Boots DVD.
So, hey,
I put a
Jim.
note on there. Alt Control plus O plus K to make it boot from a bootable.
I'm gonna do this a different way.
I don't
Jim,
know
how
what
old
Aaron's
hardware
even
are you
is.
interested in?
Huh?
I'm talking to Jim. He said on his thing that he might be interested in some old hardware. How old a hardware are you interested in?
Well, nothing that takes anything slower than DDR3 memory, number one.
Okay, I have to check. I have an old E-machine that I bought at a pawn shop.
They still have
And came with Windows 7. And it's been in a box
Hey,
for
Jim.
a while.
Hey, Jeff, let me interrupt you.
Sure.
I'm not going to ask him to run Windows 11. I'm asking him to run it all.
No, actually, it was running the last time I fired it up, but I got the machine and 2 monitors for $125. Back, I don't know, in 2015, when I was living in Aiken, South Carolina.
Wow. And
What kind of processors in it?
it was used then. So let's see. That's
That's a gateway computer.
That's 7 years. That's 7 years on top of however old it was before you got it.
Yeah, well, it was not that old. Guy pawned it first year he owned it, so it was like a 2014 machine.
You wouldn't happen to know the model number off the top of your head, would you?
No, I've got it someplace in a file.
Got me curious. I can't believe I got this old Opalex or whatever the hell you call this piece of junk. Windows 10 on it.
It's a Dell. It's an HP. It's pretty much crap. Well, you know what they say from down south: don't marry a virgin. If her own family don't want her, you sure as hell don't.
Oh, he's showing it right now. Stealth.
That looks like a Dell.
Let's see it.
It is a Dell.
Yep. It's a Dell.
I worked on those.
Yep.
I like the Dell. She's a good singer. I didn't know she was in a box.
Oh, there we go.
I got one of these.
I got 7 of them. Do you want one? They look great.
I got that from a client, man.
Oh, Jim, I got the model number here.
Yeah.
Let me see, it's an
Yeah, it's a Duo. It's an Intel Pentium Duo.
Oh, good lord.
DDR3.
Well,
yeah.
I could give you the model number, but I'll tell you it's got an AMD E350 dual core CPU.
An E3.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Wow.
That's Intel.
I got that beat.
Yeah, probably not worth fiddling with at this point.
I had an old laptop. I don't even
Yeah, it's an Intel.
have anymore.
Yeah,
Old
it's an Intel.
Pentium processor. Don't remember the exact gigahertz, but it was Pentium processor, 3 gigs of DDR2, and 250 gig HDD.
Anything that's running on DDR2 is pretty much crap.
Well,
Yeah.
this one has got DDR3 on it. And
Well,
4
yeah, that's-
slots.
We're all headed
That's-
towards DDR4 though.
DDR3 is borderline at this point. Anything that's less than DDR3 memory that it uses, anything that's older than that, you just scrap it. Mine's got little round beads in it. You move them up and down.
Yeah.
Can I share my moment of the day? I was
got that beat.
The only thing I use this machine for is cloning
the host.
The only thing I use this machine for is cloning hard disk. So it doesn't use up my resources on my main stuff. You know what I mean?
You know, that's why I built the recovery machine that I put together. If I'm going to do data recovery off of a drive, I need a machine that I can just sit the drive in and have at it.
And yeah, that's what I do with them.
Jeff and Jim on eBay, they want $144.99 for that computer.
Really? I'm giving 5 of them for free right now.
Yeah, I'll give it.
I got that beat. The PC that I retired in November 2019 was an Asus 8-bit AN7 462 with an AMD Athlon 2600 CPU.
Wow.
Running Windows XP.
Wow.
What was that? 15 years? No?
Yeah, I think it was 13.
13?
I got it in 2003. Yeah.
You got me beat on that. I don't even have my original computer. I believe that was back when I was in middle school, the Apple II. It didn't even have a mouse yet.
I used one of those. I used an Apple II. That's what I trained on. Yeah.
That's what I learned on.
Green screen.
Yeah, it had a green screen. Then it came out with the CD-ROM and the mouse. Oh, wow, this is cool. What can I do now?
My first personal computer was a Windows XP computer that was given to me by one of my mom's friends that was a truck driver at the time. He had modified the Windows XP boot screen to say instead of Windows XP Home Edition, it said Alex Edition with the SpongeBob logo. And it played the SpongeBob
Oh, I love it.
That's a good one.
Yep.
I finally got my wife to retire her old Dell, 6510 laptop.
I remember you saying that.
It's an original, it's first generation Intel was what it was running on.
Wow.
333? Yeah,
It was an i5, I think it was a 560. So that's first generation Intel.
Okay.
My first PC was a Cyrix 333 CPU.
Oh, all you kids.
The
You want to know what my first computer was? It's the first one I built. It was an XT clone 8086 with two 5 1/4 floppies and CGA graphics. Circa 1985 is when I built it.
Wow.
86.
85.
Yeah, so you all you kids can get off my lawn.
Nice, man. You're the winner there, Jim. You're the winner on that one, Jim.
That's how long I've been screwing around with PC hardware.
When I was in the Navy, we bought 3 Radio Shack TRS-80s for the communications center.
Yep.
Oh, I haven't heard that name in a while.
Radio Shack or TSR-80?
TSR-80.
I actually saw Radio Shack. I had the boot disc.
So my moment today was I was actually asked, what is the lowest generation your processor can be to run Windows 11?
8th generation. Officially, it's 8th generation.
Right. Right.
They're selling i7.
7 generations that can run it.
The only i7s that I think Windows 11 will tolerate are in the Microsoft Surface devices.
Yeah,
They made that, and they made that exception only because
They're Microsoft computers.
So
Yes.
not that I want to do this, but does that mean if I wanted to put Windows 11 on my i7, this first generation, I cannot do it?
I didn't say you can't do it.
Without a workaround, you cannot do it.
Microsoft doesn't support it. You
can do it.
People that do. They put them on the oldest CPUs you can find. It runs Windows 11. I've seen it on YouTube. I've seen it in real life.
Your issue is going to be is anything that's that old as a CPU is going to be running like it's probably going to be running DDR2 or DDR3, it's probably not going to have enough memory capacity on the board, which means that Windows 11 you will probably be running it in something like 4 gig of memory. Good freaking luck.
It will run on a dual-core Celeron processor.
I'm sure it will.
Official.
2 gigs of RAM.
Well, it's got 24 gigs of RAM in it, so. And I'm pretty sure it's probably DDR3. Yeah. For that motherboard, it's maxed out. It's an old motherboard. If anyone wants to look it up and see how horrible it was, it's a P6T Asus. And it's just a piece of crap built in 2010 motherboard.
Oh, 2010, it's over 2 years old. Oh, I wouldn't even bother.
Still runs. We hooked it up the other night
I bet.
and did some OBS stuff on it, as a matter of fact.
I'm sorry, Asus P62?
P6T. Papa 6 Tango.
Papa 6 Tango. Okay. Yeah.
Wow, I caused awkward silence. That's pretty good. Dang, I
Well,
didn't mean to kill the conversation.
Sometimes it doesn't take much with this crowd.
In my age, I'm sleeping, but that's
Thank you. We resemble that fact.
Yeah, Jesus, 2009.
The
Let's see
cool
all the
thing about
documentation.
the cool thing about the fact that my first
2009.
Yeah, 2009, 2008. Okay, I found the English manual for 2008. So yeah,
It's old.
that's up there. Holy crap!
Wow.
Wow.
I'm surprised they'll use 24 gig of memory. That seems like
Yeah, I'm surprised with something that old. Yeah,
Wouldn't that be XP?
yes, without question, it would be XP.
Or I mean,
How can you put that much RAM in that?
I apologize. It would be 2000, not 2010. 29.
It's got 6 slots, so.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's back in the time when you had really interesting memory slot configurations.
Huh. 6 RAM slots?
Yep, and all 6 of them are filled.
Yeah.
And you don't want to know the 14 different brands of RAM that's in there.
It's a triple channel board.
Actually,
So 512 megabytes per channel? Am I correct?
that'll be 8.
Got me. You know, I'm so technical, I know the answer to that question.
So, yeah,
Long multiplication.
DDR3. So yeah, wow.
Oh, really? DDR3?
Yeah, it runs off of DDR3.
Back, gentlemen. 1 second.
Wow.
But it's a triple channel board. Most boards today are dual channel.
Triple channel. News to me. I didn't know there was such a thing. So that tells you how much I know about computers.
You want to know something cool? I think this is pretty cool myself. My first personal computer, that wasn't given to me from the school was Windows XP. Then my next computer was Windows Vista. Then my next computer was Windows 7. Then the computer the laptop I have sitting here beside me originally came with the original version of Windows 8. And now my latest PC, of course, has Windows 10, so I've pretty much upgraded. Every new computer I've had has had the next version of Windows in succession, one right after another.
Nah, not me. I stayed away. Let's see. I briefly played around with 95. I skipped over NT. I think 2000 I played with. XP I played with. I got one look at Vista and I'm like, there's no goddamn way I'm running this. And then when 7 wasn't too bad. I did not have a computer that had 8 on it, although I did have to work on somebody else's laptop that did have 8 on it, the original 8.0 on it. And I'm like, what is this tub of shit?
It was a tub of shit.
And I'm like,
I went from 7 straight to 10.
yeah. I went from, let's see, I went from basically XP. I went from 2000 to XP, then to 7, and then to 10. So.
Now, the only thing that I worked on over than XP was on a CNC machine. What was that guy before XP? NT or whatever it is?
Well, there was NT4.
NT.
It was Windows Me.
No, it wasn't me. It was NT. So this machine sucked at our machine shop. They bought it, and it was a Toyota, spelled backwards, basically. And it was a horizontal machine that had like 5 or 6 tombstones inside of it that rotated. So you could make up to 64 different parts inside there. But the machine was run by a separate computer, which was NT. Nobody would give us technical help on it. We called the guys up and said, hey, and the first thing that came out of their mouth, we want your credit card number, and we're going to charge you $3,000 an hour for tech support over the phone. I said, no, I'm not doing it. I will figure this machine out by myself. That was just on the computer, not the machine itself. Well, eventually it sat there for about 3 years. We finally got rid of it. Nobody could figure it out. I couldn't even figure it out. No, I think Doug even came by the shop and looked at it. I can't remember. It was a piece of junk. It was ancient. NT was, I thought that was a good computer back in the day, but
It may have been back in the day.
But you clone it up. You put it up with a CNC machine, it don't work. With G codes and N codes.
Yeah, it was an NT 3 point something and then an NT 4.
Yeah, NT
3.51. Yeah, I think it was. You might be right. I want to say it was a 3.0, but I don't know.
Yeah, there was 3.51 from what I understood, and then there was a 4.
Yep.
But it would not
CNC. Yeah, a CNC machine normally has an industrial controller in it, and it would have been controlled by like some CAD software, probably running in Windows 2000 or NT4, is what I'm suspecting. So you have to the CAD software. Yeah.
The CAD software is done outside the machine. It generates the codes and writes the codes for you. You send the program to the machine. I'm a machinist, by the way. I've been doing it for 20 years. But this particular piece of junk was from Switzerland or somewhere, and we called it a Toyota because it was spelled backwards. But it would not communicate. And the cables, were RS232 jacks.
Yeah.
32. And we don't even use that technology no more. It was just a piece of. I was determined to get this thing going, but they wanted all this money just to talk to them on the phone. Like,
older Cisco devices still have it for networking, but
yeah,
the newer ones have USB ports.
I do have a USB with an adapter on it with stuff loaded onto it to a 323 jack to communicate to machines, because some of the new machines still use those. But now a lot of the new CNC machines are wireless, which is kind of cool. So back in the day, you had to type in like a paper tape or whatever to run them.
Yeah, I never understood why they made it.
I think Stout might know what I'm talking about.
A little bit. I remember the punch card systems when I was really.
Yeah, that's what we used. The punch card, but it was a tape.
Yeah, I'm not sure with the tape type. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that one either. Yeah, as far as I know, I worked at a company that I still have one of the old Modicon controllers.
Oh, wow.
And it still works and everything. I just don't have the controller card. It wouldn't let me have that. That was like gold. So like, you can't have that. I was like, darn. Yeah, give me the controller card, because all the it's like an Adreno hooked to an Intel machine essentially. It's pretty cool.
It's kind of crazy, so if you want to change the bore or your diameter to 1/1000th bigger, you got to rip the whole tape out and start over and re-punch all those holes. Now we're 5th gen on C machining now. Now we got probes. This is cool. I just throw a flash drive in the machine and save and reload my programs now. And now I figured out.
Can you access the CNC machine from your tablet or your phone yet through an app?
I am the one at my company that figured out how to do that, and you can look at that on P&M CNC's website. We have factory wiz now. I'm the one that helped get that started. I can send and receive programs from my cell phone.
Wow.
To the machine out there in the shop. Now I don't have to walk 30 minutes to the programming room to send them program no more.
Is that just when does that only work when you're at work, or does it work over the internet?
It's on our network, and you cannot use it outside our company because we got a halo around it. We got it figured out to where, because you can also clock in and clock out on your smartphone now. We've come a long way. That was something that I started. I tried to get Doug involved in it, but they didn't want to use him. They used somebody else that knows Doug real well. And Doug knows this guy, Dave Schaefer. They're pretty good friends with each other, matter of fact. Dave's like, man, I like Doug's business model. I got 12 employees. Doug works by himself. I wished I went his route instead of mine. So it's kind of cool.
It's be tough.
Yeah, I can put up factory wiz on my cell phone, and I can't even see the programs on my phone and edit them on my phone and resend them to the machine. It's called factory wiz. It's pretty cool. If anybody wants to Google it, look it up.
Tim.
Yeah, that sounds familiar actually.
Now that I just thought about this. Yesterday when we was at the band place getting our van work done, getting our part replaced, I seen a guy and a lady. I don't know if she's his wife or whatever, but they live out of one of those great big conversion vans like I used to have years ago. But he has the exact same wheelchair that I have. Exact same color and everything.
Is your wheelchair a quickie?
No, it's a Quantum Q6 Edge.
Okay.
Version 3.
We make all the parts for the quick wheelchairs.
Hey, BH Ringer, you still with us in the Zoom?
He's not smoking cigarettes.
I'm there.
This guy at this band place had the same wheelchair as me, same color and everything. And I'm like, well, I don't normally see people with the exact same wheelchair as I have, especially the same color.
Do me a favor and keep an eye on chat. I'm actually doing something in the background with the clock at the bottom. I did add one. I was able to change the background of the whole scene. Now I'm going to go see if I'm smart enough to figure out how to change the background where the little boxes are at. So I know you're good about keeping it clean. For something I need to know, just shout out to me in Zoom and I'll jump back over there.
Yeah.
Oh no, the host isn't there any longer. Oh wait, I'm still on here.
We got you.
Well, I'll show you guys real quick what I'm doing. I think it's this one right here. So I changed this background right here. It was white. Now I'm going to go in and see if I can change the background in the Seaside Vegas Brainerd and all that.
Not the electric blue. No.
Huh?
The electric blue is too much. Yeah, it's too bright.
So did I change it back?
The black and electric blue. I'll make it like green or a pastel or a different color.
So you would like to see a green or a pastel color down here on these ones then? Because you guys aren't.
Background.
Right, well, you guys aren't seeing. Well, yeah, you're seeing it now, but on the stream itself, you don't see this background because of.
I'm sorry. Oh, this is the raw data. Okay, it's the raw data.
So
my bad.
I can change it. Hold on.
I got you.
Let me show you my new learned skill here. That's scary. You know, I'll screw this up. So what color would we like it to be? Yellow. Okay, good idea.
I like aquamarine.
I can't spell aquamarine, so we'll go with yellow.
Okay, yellow.
Got to keep it simple for your host because your host cannot spell. So, how's that look?
Better. That's not. Yeah, that's better. Easier to read.
So in the background, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and see if I can change the background behind the individual boxes. Wish me luck. See you in a little bit.
And you can make the numbers blue, yellow, blue for Ukraine.
Yeah, that's probably way past my skill set.
That's also my high school colors.
Yeah, Ken, that isn't mellow yellow, so I don't know.
Mellow yellow?
Yeah.
Is it the same thing as Mountain Dew?
Well, the first thing, well, I'll see if I can do this on my own. I just want to see if I can figure this out.
I don't know. You'd have to ask Donovan.
Oh, good one, Greg.
You have to ask somebody that drinks. You have to ask somebody that drinks Mountain Dew every day.
Some of us got that.
So they can tell you there's a difference.
I used to, and I was running when I was supervising graveyard shift. I'd drink the crap out of Mountain Dew to stay
I
awake.
drink 1.5 liters every day of Mountain Dew.
Wow.
It's the only thing that keeps me awake. Otherwise, I would not have any desire to get out of bed in the morning.
Well, again, I'm on my third day of no coffee after 6 o'clock at night, and it's not affected me at all yet. I feel pretty good, actually. I don't notice anything happening.
Well, with all the with medications that I'm on, I'm surprised they don't, suddenly just start, big dogs, spit it on my face.
Yeah. I can relate to that. All right, so that's that one. Let's see here. Where would I find that at?
Oh, we killed the chat. Dang, I killed the chat. My bad.
Now, whoever thought they killed it, you're good. I mean,
How fast is your internet down there in Florida, Stealth Mode?
It's being worked on right now. Currently, I have somewhere between 230 to 300 megabits down, but I've only got about 12 up. They've limited our up speed. I'm supposed to have like 20 or 30, so I don't know why that is. They keep telling me it's under construction, and they're literally just dug new lines the other day. So they said it'd be about a month for it's right, and they're being slow about it. So it might be a little longer.
One thing I don't understand, like at my grandma's house, 30 minutes away from me, they sell 150 meg down with 10 up. Well, what's crazy to me is they sell a faster download package with the same upload package that I have. I have the same upload speed that they sell at full capacity, but she can get up to 150 down with 10 up, but I've got about 50 to 60 down with 10 up. So
Well,
some companies allow for faster downloads with the same upload.
Well, Professor, right now, with my new company, I'm getting about 150 down and about 580 up.
That seems a little lopsided to me.
Wow.
Well, it is.
Something's not
This
wired
one
right.
is, they promise up to 700 both ways. And I've had an issue with the download ever since I signed up with them. And I've been talking to them about it. And they've given me another month's free trial. And they've escalated this download thing to their engineering group up from tech support. So they're trying to figure out what's going on. This is a radio-based system.
Oh,
I've got 2 radio antennas on my roof. One points at their broadcast tower and the other at another customer. And
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one, man. Yeah, I've heard of that. Man.
Really?
Direct connect, man, like a peer-to-peer. Yeah.
this
direct
is
connect.
really. And anyway, they're one of the tech support guys that was out earlier said he thought it was a directional thing that could be fixed by re-aiming the antenna. But the guy I talked to today said no, they think they've got those adjusted correctly. They think it's something on their end upstream, but the engineering group's looking at it. I'm supposed to hear something in a day or two.
buddy of mine,
Most of the time, that's what it is. It's something they screwed
In
up.
my entire
But
buddy
they
of
did
mine,
install things quite right initially. One technician came and looked at the battery box outside. This thing connects to my house power, but outside's a battery box to keep the radios working even if I lose power. And they had installed 2 wires wrong, so it was running totally off the batteries on the radios. Wasn't drawing anything from my house power. Oops.
Yeah.
So they got that
but-
fixed, but that didn't affect the speed.
buddy
Electrical
of mine,
battery engine.
a buddy of mine out here in Fresno, he owns Integrity Networks. And the tallest building in Fresno, I've actually climbed on that. Maybe Ken's seen some of my pictures climbing on top of that tower, taking pictures from up there. If he scrolls through all the millions of photos I have on there. Basically, they use microwave and they send internet up to the mountain communities around here. And it's a big deal here. This thing sends the internet from Fresno all the way to Sacramento wirelessly, but it's all microwave. But it has to be on a tall building. And I've been down inside that server room with him, and it's nuts. Every time I want to climb on top of that building and get cool pictures of the fireworks coming off the Chuck Chance Stadium, he's like, hey, we got to go check on the server room, and it's just this huge room. I'm like, how did you get all this equipment here? He said, we had to take the roof off the building, lower it down. I was like, that's impossible. Yeah, I tell them sometimes, you're full of it. There's no way in hell. It's in a basement, which is kind of good idea because it stays nice and cool down there and there's no humidity.
All right, it's midnight. It's my witching hour. I gotta get some sleep.
Ooh, it is 9 o'clock.
Well, Jim, good to see you. Appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, take care, Jim, man. Cool to see
Yeah,
you.
take
brother.
care of
Cool to see
yourself.
you. Hear you talk.
Yeah,
talk with you.
glad to hear all the health issues are going the right way.
Well, yeah, the vision was the big thing. I mean, the blood pressure and the cholesterol stuff, I probably had that for a while. They found it because of the fact that
Right.
I was in the hospital for the other
What
stuff.
do they got you on for the cholesterol?
The generic form of Lipitor.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking.
I've only started taking it in the last maybe week or two, so it's early days. We'll see what happens.
I was trying to ask you earlier about your vision, so it cleared up.
It seems to have, yes, more or less on its own, and I'm not. Still to this day, don't know what triggered it in the first place. But it seems to have pretty much gone away. I mean, everything seems to be more or less back to normal. I have no idea why.
Jim, if you don't mind me asking,
You haven't asked yet.
oh, I apologize.
He fits right in.
What were the symptoms? Yeah, what were the symptoms of your vision when you noticed that?
Well, it
I've had
was
issues with my vision lately.
Well, it was a combination of a couple of things. It was double vision, but only in certain areas. and I had the left eye, the eyelid was constantly trying to close on me. I couldn't keep it open. The first thing that improved was the eyelid stopped drooping after the hospital stay a few days. Actually, while I was in the hospital, it finally started to clear up, because that had been a problem for probably close to a week before I actually bothered to have it looked at. But double vision persisted through pretty much the entire month of January and probably 2.5 weeks into February. So yeah, it was not a happy time. But with all the stuff that they ran on me, they couldn't find any evidence of any kind of a stroke or anything. So again, it's who the hell knows what triggered it? Still don't know to this day. No idea.
Yeah, good to hear you're doing better, Jim. Good to hear you're doing much better, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Like I said, today was the first day that I decided that, I better get up off my ass. 'Cause I'm easily 30, 40 pounds overweight. And I need to take care of that.
Me too.
So, even if it's just to try to maintain or drop a little bit, I don't know. But the blood pressure was up, which is really weird because my blood pressure used to be pretty much at or below normal. For years and years and years, into my 50s, it was at or below normal. Now it's apparently elevated. The cholesterol, especially the bad cholesterol, is like through the freaking roof.
My blood pressure seems to go up and down with my weight. The more weight I get, the higher the blood pressure gets.
Well, yeah, and that's that they want me to start trying to do some exercise.
Right.
It's just something, because I'm a computer guy. It's a very sedentary job.
Right.
So.
Yeah, what they got me on for that is metoprolol. It's really a beta blocker, which is a heart rhythm thing. But it also has a side effect, you might say, of helping lower blood pressure. If it's not too much elevated.
Right. Well, I'm not sure what a high dosage would be. The blood pressure medication, they got me on a 50 milligram dose, which I can't imagine is that high. And Lipitor is at 40 milligrams. So I don't think either one of those are terribly high as far as the dosage is concerned. But this is all new territory. God only knows what's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, between the health issues and the fact that trying to keep the channel alive on a pretty much non-existent budget, that's caught up with me at this point. There's no spare cash to be playing around, buying a case to look at or, putting something together for a build. So.
Yeah, I saw you posted a video the other day. I haven't watched it yet.
Well, I posted it today, this afternoon.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So
working 10-hour days, I get confused which day it is.
I can certainly understand that. Did somebody else say something?
I said I watched it soon after you posted it.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't there 1 minute, and I watched somebody else's video for like 5-10 minutes, and I came back and refreshed it. Oh, Jim's got a video. I watched it.
Yeah, a whole 4.5 minutes. Yeah.
I haven't watched Doug's latest video on upgrade from home to pro. I think he used all his RAM.
I'm sorry, but I've got to go with Carrie on this. He's doing this the hard way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He just done a clean install to begin with, and just.
Well, he had a clean install. The thing is that like Carrie said, he does have an image of the original thing that Carrie did, the clean install. It's all taken care of. He can restore that at any point. I'm with Carrie. I don't understand, other than he, for some reason, seems to want to do this.
Yeah,
he can stop the pain at any time.
Yeah,
he can stop the pain at any time.
Yes, he can. Well, I've got to read. Like I mentioned in the short video today, I have to redo the gaming machine, which is it boots 10 and it boots Linux Mint. But when I originally set up the system, I did it as an NVR, not GPT.
Yeah.
And one of the downsides of that is that I wanted to try to use the resize bar for my graphics card. Well, the resize bar turns off the legacy support mode.
Ooh.
It does that. If I go into the BIOS on my board and I select to enable the resize bar for the graphics card, it takes away the legacy mode and puts it right into normal GPT. So then the machine doesn't want to boot from the drive.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the reason why Doug did that, he wants to use that as a training tool to share how you can do this.
Well, okay.
I think that's why he did it.
Well, then I would have done something like that on maybe the mini system that's in there, not the actual main system.
Agreed.
That was another question that's in the back of my mind. The mini system never got messed with.
No, it didn't. Not that I'm aware of. In fact, I don't even
know if it's
actually. Did Kerry install 10 on the mini system or no? I don't remember.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't. Again, my personal view on it is that I wouldn't have screwed with the main system. If I was going to screw with anything, screw with the mini system. That would be me, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got to go through the whole thing where I need to reinstall a bunch of stuff. Although I have my own methods of transferring data over that usually makes it reasonably painless. I mean, I looked at Fab's, Fab's backup. Auto, whatever the hell it is. I looked at it.
Auto, whatever it is.
Yeah, and I can see where it's probably useful, but for me, it's kind of like, I don't know.
Kerry said that transfers profiles, but not software.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It does not transfer software.
Right.
I would just do a clean install.
Oh no, you do a clean install. There's no problem with that. But I go a little bit further than just transferring the profile. I actually transfer the stuff that's in program files, program data, program files x86. I mean, I have my own kind of method that I like to use. Right? If I do it correctly and I don't make any mistakes, which I've done in the past, but if I don't make any mistakes, I can pull all the stuff over and Mozilla and Firefox will run without having to reinstall.
True.
Mozilla, Firefox, and Thunderbird, they run because they don't depend on anything necessarily being in the registry.
Everybody has their style of doing things.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting.
But I have to decide
a little bit.
I have to decide on whether I want to do that. Just do I want to record it and then post-production and then put the video up, or do I want to do it live? If I'm doing it live, it's very easily could turn into a 3 or 4 hour live
nightmare.
Well, no, live stream. Not a nightmare. Believe me, it's not a nightmare. I've done this a couple of times.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's involved, and there's going to be long pauses of, we're just waiting for the machine to do things. So I'm not sure if I want to really do it live or not. But it's not that difficult. I've got a 2 terabyte drive that I want to put into the gaming machine. Right now, it's running off of a 500 gig NVMe boot drive and a 1 terabyte 2.5 inch drive. And I think I just want to consolidate it all onto one.
You know what you can do, Jim? You can take it to a nursery school and film it and say it's a 3-year-old build. You know what I was thinking.
Yeah. All right, let me get out of here, guys.
All right, Jim.
All right, have a good one, Jim.
Thanks for joining. Hope to see you again.
Later.
Good to see Jim.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It was good to talk to him.
Yeah.
First time I really got a chance to get on camera and talk with him.
My wife told me to take the spider out instead of killing it. BH, you've been smoking too much cigarettes.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that. Well, I still don't see
Hey,
her.
Jeff, brother, where are you from, man? Hey, Jeff, where are you from, man?
I'm in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas? Oh, okay. You're over by Mr. Holzman. Hell yeah.
Not too far.
Yeah, just down the road a ways.
Been here.
I know. Rick Lakes is in Canada. I think he's in Canada up there, aren't you?
No, I'm in
Yes. Still
Minnesota.
Stone Cold.
I live in Minnesota.
Yep. Oh,
I
Minnesota.
live
I'm
in
sorry,
Minnesota, as
Minnesota.
a matter of fact.
I'm kind of glad I didn't have to use heat or air conditioner the past 3 days here.
Nice, Tim. Where you at, brother?
Fresno.
Oh, Cali. Nice. I lived in Marin Del Rey back in the day when I was young. We traveled around
Exactly.
stuff like that.
I've flown into that airport. I know exactly where it's at.
Yeah, good times, man. Back in the 80s, it was awesome, man.
I didn't move out. I didn't move out here until 2004. I grew up in Lynchburg, Virginia. I lived in Greensboro, and the last place I lived at before I moved out here was Statesboro, Georgia. So that's why I know a lot about Florida and all those areas.
I successfully got rid of the clock. Do what?
Still a dry county?
Oh, yeah. It's not dry anymore.
Well, I haven't heard that term in a long time.
Yeah, that's it.
Are you thinking of Lynchburg where they make Jack Daniels in Tennessee?
No, that's Tennessee, Lynchburg, Virginia.
I got you.
No, I've been to both. I know what you're talking.
I think Steph's talking about Georgia. It's a dry, that used to be a Statesboro used to be a dry county. Matter of fact, I had 3 refrigerators out there outside, and I would sell beer on Sundays, $2 a can. That's how dry it was out there. Until I got busted by the ATF, or whatever you call those guys.
The revenue.
Yep.
Yeah, it's still a dry county here, but everywhere around me is a wet county. But here where I live, it's a dry.
Not too long ago, well, I lived in Tennessee for 22 years, and at Lynchburg there, it had just been a few years ago, it was completely dry. But the county officials changed that so that at the distillery they can sell sample bottles now. But that's the only place in the county that can sell anything. So they can fleece the tourists, but they still aren't going to sell locals anything legally.
Those Baptists down there.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to God's country.
I don't go to Walmart very often at all, but when I do, if I go to Walmart somewhere else, I forget somewhere else. I forget that Walmart sells alcohol. That's how.
Walmart does?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, here in Sin City, you can find grocery stores, Walmarts, every place sells beer, wine, whiskey, the whole 9 yards.
They don't sell alcohol at this Walmart.
You know what's
Not here. Well, they sell beer here, but they don't sell liquor.
Yeah.
They do with us, but it's in a separate building. The Walmart said that they can't have it in their building, but they can build a building outside of it and sell their liquor there, and that's what they did.
And CVS,
A lot. Oh, I'm sorry.
I
A
was
lot of
just
people. Go ahead.
That's quick. In CVS here, they some hardcore moves, whatever. But they used to have it locked up. Now they have it by the door, so you don't have to carry it as far when you're taking it. Because you can take $900 without paying for it.
A lot of people out here ask me where I'm from, and we'll get in a conversation. Sometimes they'll come up in the conversation. Well, where do you get your liquor at? So you gotta go to an ABC store. They're like, huh? What is that? Oh, yeah, you gotta go to alcohol beverage control store.
Yeah.
They're like, huh? Yeah, and they shut down at 9 o'clock. It's crazy watching all these alkies run to the store right at 9 o'clock in the evening trying to get their liquor.
it's interesting. Some places, when I lived in Aiken, South Carolina,
Aiken's pretty bad. I remember Aiken.
I had to go across to Georgia in Augusta to go to Costco. That's where the closest one was.
Yeah.
And they couldn't sell liquor in Costco there. It had to be in a store next door. Something about the state there, only 2 Costcos in the whole state were allowed to sell liquor in the Costco. The rest of why they limited it to 2, I'm not sure. This was a thing there in Georgia.
Well,
the rest of them sold it in a store next door.
The other weird law, when you were in South Carolina, if you go to a bar, and I stopped at, I think it was Aiken or maybe, no, it was Sumter, I think, maybe. And you know, it's like, hey, I want a rum and coke. And the lady gives you these little airplane bottles. Oh, you gotta go next door and buy your coke. So you gotta go to a convenience store or whatever next door to the bar to get your whatever you're mixing it with. And then you can go. I was like, huh? I said, you got some weird laws here. I haven't been back there since.
Yeah, I didn't run into that. I can remember being in a restaurant in Aiken, and if you wanted, it had a license, and they could sell mixed drinks or beer in the restaurant.
Yeah, let me have the stream or the Zoom for 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and shut YouTube down. I'm going to give a shout out to Matthew Camp, BH Ringer, Bob Whatchamacallit, Jason, whose last name I won't even try to pronounce, Stealth Mode, who's joined us in the Zoom. By the way, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I think that's got Sam Lazar Sings. I think that's got everybody. See you guys tomorrow night, same time, maybe. I'll actually be here tomorrow around 8, maybe.
Evening, or you were going to do something earlier in the day, right?
Alex and I are. I don't know the time on that yet. Well, I'll get with Alex later, and hopefully you'll get notifications, or we'll record it and upload it later. I don't know, or we may not even do it. I really don't know right now. So, but I do want to end it. I'm over 2 hours, and I like to keep it right at 2 hours. So,
oh, wow.
Getting ready to let our hair down on Zoom. If you want to join us, it's still pinned to the top. It'll be there until I kill it. And then hopefully we see you over on Zoom. So, Tony, thank you. Stealth Mode, thank you. Robert, thank you. Tony, again.
Thank you, guys. Awesome.
And I'll do the very cordial goodbye tonight rather than what I did last night where I said bye and just ended it. So, goodbye.
Bye.